and welcome to the Telescope Show. We laugh, we discover God, and we totally nerd out. Hello.
We say, oh.
Oh. Well, hi, Katie.
Well, hi, Matt.
How's it going?
Good. I'm a little weirded out right now. I'm off kilter.
Well, we're having fun on an afternoon recording session of the show, so...
We are, but who are you?
I'm just kind of like freewheeling it here.
You are. Okay, well, that's Matthew Seipel Anderson, and I'm Katie Seipel Anderson. Now I feel complete, and we can move on.
Thank you. We are creatures of habit. Well, today we're talking about this guy.
I need you. All of you.
Star Trek Picard.
We're with you. Always.
Always.
Season 3 wrapped a few weeks ago, so we're going to have a lot of fun talking about some Star Trek. But I heard a rumor that you have a fantastic, is it a Would You Rather for me?
Well, now I feel the pressure. It's not fantastic.
An interesting Would You Rather.
This is one I just made up as I was about to come down here to record. So,
Oh, a home brewed.
a home-brewed one.
Not even an internet creation.
Would you rather be a social media sensation with lots of comments and likes and positive stuff to make you feel better and feel good about yourself, or have 3 close friendships or be really close with family where they annoy you and challenge you and love you wholeheartedly?
So this is an either-or scenario.
So would you rather?
It's like...
Yeah, you can't be the social media sensation and have that. Well, maybe you could.
Like I asked...
But if you had to choose one, which one would you choose? If you could only choose one.
Well, I'd have to go with family because, you know, at the end of the day, even if you get really famous and ride that wave, your time's going to end and you're going to drift into obscurity, and then who are you going to hang out with?
But what if you could forever have that? What if even when you're like on your, this is really morbid, on your deathbed, you could do a social media post and you know it's going to be awesome and positive, and you can have your phone with you on your deathbed with all the positive reinforcement of your social media posts.
That would actually make a great sequel to the movie Groundhog's Day.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm just imagining like paparazzi everywhere you go. Like you're literally on your deathbed and they're like, can we get a quote? What do you think? How you feel right now? Taking your picture, getting selfies with you, and you're just like, just let me die in peace. It'd be pretty funny.
It would be, but you didn't answer the question.
I would rather have the close family.
Okay. What if that meant you'd never have a solid social media post and all of your social media posts would always fall flat?
Well, I mean, you could always become a writer for a magazine or something.
I will come back to that. Okay.
I've got a few for you now. I actually have 3 different Would You Rathers, and they are all Star Trek related. Let's try to do them fast.
Okay.
Just gut reaction. Would you rather go on a road trip with Worf or Spock?
I don't have a gut reaction to that, Spock.
All right, Spock. Spock it is. That'd be interesting. The scenery that'd be weird.
But Worf, I mean, you don't know if he's going to jump out of the
traffic.
Yeah, what if he's going to jump out of the car and just like, kill someone or something?
Would you rather have a car that could cloak, like become invisible,
Right.
or fly?
Probably fly. The cloaking car is a really cool idea, but if it can't fly and you're just stuck to roads and you get cloaked, I mean, wouldn't people just run into you?
Yeah, what would be the purpose? Unless you had a really ugly bumper sticker on the back that you couldn't get off. Anyway.
Then it'd just be a weird, like, flying bumper sticker, and people would be like, what the heck is that?
So I'm reading the book Frankenstein. So this next Would You Rather is a little on the spooky side. Would you rather play hide and seek in a dark, spooky castle with a group of Borg or a group of changelings?
I think the Borg. Because changelings, it would be so unnerving. So for my Would You Rather, I clearly would just choose the close relationships. That's just, hands down, that's what I choose. With the changelings, you'd have this like constant dissonance to be like, do I really know this person? Is that really my loved one? I don't know. It might be a changeling. At least the Borg, you're like, ooh, they're scary, but it's clearly a Borg.
I would choose the Borg also because the changelings could be, you wouldn't know what they were. They could change into something really freaky.
Like Frankenstein.
Yeah. So we finished watching Star Trek Picard Season 3. How do you think the Season 3 stacked up against the other seasons?
That was really season 3. I kind of didn't really like it that much. I think the dialogue was awkward here and there. Some of the writing left something to be desired, I think. The idea of the storyline is pretty cool. It just didn't seem to come out quite right.
For me, the highlights were Jack, Picard's son. I thought he was a cool character, very likable, had all the Han Solo qualities.
They could have done more
know,
with his
that kind of
character
guy.
if he had better dialogue. If his lines were written better, I think his character could have been a little better too.
Agreed. In general, I actually liked all the kids of the characters, like Geordi's kids and Jack. So that was cool. I also really liked Worf's line, "Swords are fun." Like one
For
of
real?
my favorite moments of the whole thing.
Okay.
Yeah, for real. It's hilarious. Maybe it's not that hilarious. Okay, lowlights. Data's back for round 3. Oh, the guy who made Data he happened to make another Data. Oh, and he decided to make him old so he matches the actor. And then he just threw in all the Data characters that we've seen through Next Generation. Data, Lore, and Data's child that he made in one of them, all into the same brain, and we're just going to get this.
So that was awkward. That was a little weird. However, the idea that your like experiences and memories and shared love and stuff define you, I think that was an interesting idea and an interesting way to show that.
Agreed. And I thought the little mind battle between Data and Lore and how he gives Lore all his memories and those actually transform Lore, that was pretty cool too. I did enjoy that, but just how they decided to bring him back, I thought was a little cheesy.
That wasn't the only cheesy thing, though. If you're
No,
bringing
it
back the
wasn't.
whole main crew again, it's just going to have a really significant level of cheesiness.
Yeah. Like, Geordie LaForge, what are the odds are you doing here in episode 5 or whatever it was? I was very disappointed that they didn't continue the storyline from season 2 of Agnes being the Borg
Right.
queen.
I agree with that.
And someone had said, well, that was a different timeline, but I looked it up and it wasn't. They essentially just said, oh, that was a splintered group of Borg, and they pretty much just ignored that whole thing. And they went back to the old Borg queen from Next Generation.
But that wasn't
And it's like,
referenced
did
or
we-
anything. Did someone just make that up?
I don't know. I think they literally just were like, season 3, we're going to get the band back together and whatever we need to do it.
But it
we're
would
just
have
gonna
been
make it
such a
happen.
cool aspect to the storyline to have Agnes.
Yeah, it totally would have been. Just let the changelings be the main bad guy. Let Agnes's character have a little part to play. It would have been cool, but they just kind of like rehashed the Borg are the main bad guys thing that they've done so many times with Picard. And yeah, it was kind of a bummer because actually season 1 had a pretty cool storyline with Romulans and robots and AI and all that stuff. And season 2 had a cool storyline with the time aspect and the Borg. That actually was really creative. And then season 3 was just, it started off really cool with it being so mysterious. But then by the end, it's just, okay, the Borg are back and
Yeah.
yeah.
So what do you think the effects of Picard's legacy is going to be? Or what do you think the kind of the culmination definition in the future of Picard's legacy is going to be?
So I think Picard's legacy is really going to be reflected in the lives that he has influenced as captain.
But in what way?
Well, Picard is like this ideal character. I think he has a few flaws, but he's very he's intelligent, he's refined, he's thoughtful, he's principled, but he's also daring and strong. So he's got a lot of good captain, leader qualities.
It does seem like he really
Um,
supported his people, though. his tribe, his people,
Yes,
the people under
exactly.
him. He really cared about them, built a family. There was strong connection and you could say a form of love there. And I think that's where the legacy will continue on, is more
Yes,
just that. Because
exactly.
when you receive that, it's much easier to also give that.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I mean by the lives that he's influenced. And it's cool that they have hinted that Seven of Nine and Jack and Rafi and these other characters are going to continue on and really carry
I
his legacy
just
forward.
have to say, it does remind me of a relationship with Christ. Because when you receive that love from Christ, it changes you, and that leaves a legacy also with other people.
Yeah, and you think of the life of Jesus, he didn't write his own memoirs. He really focused and poured his life into the disciples and the people around him. And they're the ones who carried the message of love, of self sacrifice, of reconciliation to God.
Forgiveness, hope.
And you think that captain's chair is all about the glory. And then you get in it and you realize, wait a minute, the captain's chair is all about leading these people in a way where I'm actually raising them up and helping their life to go to new places and for them to rise up and take my place someday.
We can see that also at the end when he joins the Borg again for his son. What's that final line? Do you know what that final line, or the line that kind of brings his son back? Do you remember what that is? It was a specific line.
Here we go. Jean-Luc tells Jack that he is the missing part of Jean-Luc's life. Jean-Luc is finally able to admit to himself how lonely he was outside of Starfleet, and that Starfleet merely covered up that loneliness rather than filling it entirely. You know what? Jean-Luc really made his son feel valued
Important.
and feel the acceptance and the love of a father. And Jesus said, "He who has seen me has seen the Father." And so Jesus conveyed that same message that God actually loves us.
Do you think they're actually going to have Picard's character be ended now, or do you think they're going to bring him back?
I could see him doing cameos, maybe voiceovers. You know, Jack gets a letter from his father and Jean-Luc narrates it, or you see his face on a screen, or maybe he shows up on their paths cross or something. But I don't think they'll bring Jean-Luc back.
For like a leadership role
full-blown.
again, or a main role in a movie, yeah.
No. Well, there are some exciting things coming up in the Star Trek world. We've got a few seasons of the animated show, The Lower Decks, that are out. We've got, obviously, this new spin-off series that they have teased, but we don't know any details about. And we've got Strange New Worlds Season 2 dropping this summer, which I'm really excited about. I'm curious to see what's going to happen to good old Captain Pike. Is he actually going to get his face melted, or is he going to be able to change his destiny?
You'll wait with bated breath.
You'll wait with bated breath.
And we'd be happy to hear your thoughts. Do you have a prediction on that, Matt?
I don't. You know, my predictions have been very off lately. Maybe it just happens. Maybe the journey of that character is all about accepting his fate to lay down his life for his fellow crewmates. I hereby predict Captain Pike gets his face melted.
What if he gets his face melted and still lives and still is able to have a full life with a melted face? I mean, does it have to be either or? Could it be both and?
I guess so. Is that a prediction?
Yes.
Do they give him an android face?
Or a Borgish face.
Oh!
Half of a Borg face. Then he meets Seven of Nine somehow through the time warp stuff.
Man, it could get pretty trippy. Well, everyone, I think this is a good place to hop off. If you are in the Minneapolis area in July, come out and see me at Convergence Con. I'll be there playing music at 7 o'clock on Thursday night. That's Thursday, July 6th.
And just a reminder that we will be taking a break for the summer months from doing our weekly podcast, but we are going to be having some new rebranding and new ideas coming forward, and really, really excited to release that in the fall.
That's right. So keep your ears and eyes peeled, of course.
And it might be that we have an episode here or there. Maybe.
Just maybe. Well, you can listen to all of our past episodes at thetelescopeshow.com. For now, anyway.
Dun dun.
And follow us on social media, all that good stuff. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the show. Until next time, love y'all. Take care. God bless. Bye-bye.